Welcome back to the PGT PLO Series. It is time for the final table of event number 7. As the stakes are rising, we are now playing a $15,000 buy-in. That also means the payouts are going up as well. We have a stacked lineup for you inside the PokerGO Studio today. My name is Remko, Rinkema, Donnie Peters alongside me. No Kevin Gerhardt today, contrary to what it says on the graphic, but we will do our best to analyze all this action for you as we look at the players at this final table. Alex Foxen on top, Sean Rafael back at the final table as well, and we see Jesse Lonis, Josh Arieh, and Artem Maksimov also in contention for the top prize. The remaining 5 players are all guaranteed $78,750. We go up to 105, 141, 204, and the winner will take home $315,000 and a bunch of points in the race for the PGT
like the nice
leaderboard, which goes
fine, I'll just
all
do it.
throughout the year.
Yeah.
Let's play.
And there is no real evidence to anything.
No.
Just whoever gives up first.
I never played. I never played a tournament with a nanny.
The floor guy.
Josh, they want you to scan the cards.
Oh, so I am using this camera?
I've only played big blind.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
tells me how new you are.
But the best part is when the floor guy says we'll check the camera and comes back like 5 minutes later and says, oh, it was him.
That used to happen for a single ante.
But they're not checking the camera.
Yeah, they just pretending.
Excuse me, Sean Rafael, are you not familiar with Jeff Losandro and Prahlad Friedman? They went to the camera for one ante, and it nearly ended the tournament.
Yeah. Someone almost got killed. Head taken off.
Head taken off, exactly. It was all in play back in 2006. Welcome to everyone in the chat. We got a stacked lineup, so I hope you're all enjoying today's final table coverage. Having Josh Arieh in the mix probably means we'll get some table talk today. Jesse Lonis also not shy. Looking back a little bit, Sean Rafael was runner-up in Event 6 last night. Took home $163,000. Alex Foxen was runner-up in Event 5 the day prior for $123,000. So these players have already had some success in this series. Artem Maksimov was the final table bubble in Event number 6. He finished in 7th place. These players all are looking to collect points in the race for the PGT PLO Series, as well as the year-long leaderboard. And just shy of this final table, also a cast of characters that would not have been misplaced at this final table. Nacho Barbero getting 6th, Arthur Morris 7th, Bryce Yockey 8th, Nick Schulman 9th, and Ben Tollerine finished in 10th place. So basically a who's who of the top dogs in the game of poker. Today, a 15K mystery bounty kicks off. We'll have coverage of that tomorrow on PokerGO.com and on our YouTube channel. And then we will slowly work our way towards the 25K finale, which has its final table airing on Saturday night. So lots of things still to be decided. Foxen with direct position on Rafael. He is our current chip leader. Foxen, who had that fun heads-up battle against Christopher Costa, where for a moment it seemed as though he was going to mount that epic comeback and turn it into a victory before ultimately falling to Costa, who seemingly could do no wrong, Donnie.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Costa ran super hot, but really good performance, really good result for Alex Foxen here today. A third or better could put Foxen atop the series leaderboard. It is currently Chino Ream who has that top spot. Chino had a pretty close finish to the money last night. I think he was 3 or 4 spots off the money, but ultimately didn't add any points.
And this hand number 2, Foxen made it 100K. Lonus and Rafael both call, taking us 3-way to the flop. Jack 3-4, 2 spades. No spades to go around here, but top set of jacks for Lonus and a wrap for Rafael with backdoor hard. So 2 hands with potential to clash here.
Wonder if we'll see some fireworks early. Of course, we know how aggressive Foxen and Lonus can be.
Lonus, of course, not in the business of getting free cards here.
That is 185.
Goes about half pot for 185.
I'm a little bit surprised he didn't go a little bit larger. You know, I mean, I know he has the jack of spades in his hand, which does block some continues from your opponents, but you know, a lot of draws present. And we can see Rafael has quite a bit when you include the backdoor hearts as well.
You don't got any 100? No. Thank you.
So Rafael makes the call out of position with a huge draw. 730 in the middle. Lonus looking for a board pair or some kind of blank. Instead, we see the 7 of spades. Rafael makes a 7-high straight. Lonus now with very little incentive to bet here, Donnie. He needs that free card and hopes to fill up.
730.
Spades, of course, well within the range of Rafael.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, maybe this
Check, check.
7 of spades, specifically the 7 being a spade, you know, prevents Rafael. Oh my God!
Wow. Quads
okay.
on the river for Lonus on hand number 2.
I was gonna say the 7 being a spade, completing the straight, so maybe Rafael doesn't go too nuts because you know Lonus could also have a flush. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Lonus not worried about the
730?
spades. Rafael, who doesn't have spades, has to now not only be concerned with that, even though Lonus probably would have bet a flush again on the turn, but now also hitting quads on the river, and Lonus goes for 520. Now, the fact that the jack paired, you know, the full house combos that include jack 3 and jack 4, even jack 7, probably a lot less likely than other full house combos, so that might lure Rafael into making the call if it wasn't for the presence of the spades.
Yeah, you know, I would think that there's probably some flushes that Lonus checks back in his range. You know, I don't know if he's calling a raise, as you suggested, with hands that include jack 3, jack 4, even 3s, even 4s. You know, let's say he has a hand that has 2 7s in it. Well, is that hand betting the flop? I don't know. So I think this could be weighted more towards flushes. That said, you're still, of course, behind flushes. So it's going to be a tough fold if Rafael can find it, but would certainly be disciplined.
Well, either way, Lonus will chip up nicely here at the start of this final table.
And then, you know, on the other side of things, you're up against a player in Lonus who can certainly fire on a bluff. You know, if he's just checking back. I mean, could he bet just the jack here?
10 seconds. Time extension.
I thought that was about to be a fold.
Yeah, Rafael perhaps working on a bit of a hand funeral here.
Does give it up. Well done. You got to show it, sir. It's a rule. Quads.
Yeah, quads are better. You have to show. Lonus won't. That's okay.
No more bluffs for today.
No, not today.
First and last. Yeah, you restored my faith in humanity yesterday. Not you, Arthur did, but
A bunch of them. I mean,
yeah, a bunch of them. Bryce too, Bryce.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You were losing hope.
Yeah, just last 20 times I called someone down on the river, they always had it. So.
He said no one bluffs. I was like, I showed 5 bluffs today. All right, I'll show you a bluff.
All right, deal.
I never showed you, and it was nice. No, I'm gonna show you.
You're still nice.
No. You've definitely seen me show other people bluffs.
Of course.
Nate Hill in the chat with the valid question, Donnie. He says, I wonder if there's
I
an
had a big
amount
fucking hand.
that does get called there
Yeah,
if
probably.
Lonus goes
A
smaller.
big hand.
I mean, it'd probably have to be really,
That'd
really
be
small,
0
but
big hands.
Good fold.
I like going larger there. You know, I think it's kind of a
too
tricky
big.
spot for Lonus to have flushes, to have a full house, or in that case, quads. So I like going larger sizing, making it look like a bluff. I think if you were bluffing, you would probably pick larger sizing in that spot.
10 seconds.
Stacks fairly deep here at this final table. Foxen on top at 61 bigs. The short stack right now is Maximov with 23 bigs. So we'll see a drawn-out battle here for the top prize of $315,000. Once again, welcome everyone to the chat, whether you're with us on PokerGO.com or on YouTube. We appreciate you. Please make sure to hit that like button if you are on YouTube and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
That way you'll keep up to date
Yeah.
on everything that we have going on.
Oh, they don't have Mickey's? That's funny.
40.
Sorry about that.
Limp pot, easy pickings here for Rafael, winning a small one.
They made pretty good assumption.
I mean,
I mean,
I valet
he's
every day.
definitely the only person that has an F-150.
Yeah,
in
true
Vegas.
American.
10 seconds.
especially, it's a Black Widow, so it's like a special edition one. They know my truck. They know I play poker. Like,
Is it different than a Raptor?
yeah, it's better.
That's cool.
It's well, I mean,
better.
Raptors are more common.
I want-
The
there's-
Black Widows are like very unique.
There's a, I think it's a Shelby Raptor that I saw. Man, it was sick. Maybe it was a Celine Raptor.
No, I mean, yeah, there's some special edition Raptors that are really cool.
Jesse Lonus, of course, hauling lots of cargo, working long days construction with that big truck of his, Donnie.
I mean, hauling lots of cargo with the kids. Doesn't he have like 9 kids?
I have this funny thing with trucks. I don't understand it.
Well, you're not American, so of course you wouldn't understand.
Clearly
it.
am not. Josh Arieh comes with a 3-bet here. Lonus opening it up with a double suited king jack. Arieh ace king queen deuce with hearts. Donnie, we've done plenty of these PLO final tables now, and you know, 3-betting is one of those things we don't see all that often in general.
No, but when you have a combination like Arieh has, and he's also a very aggressive player, the ace king queen certainly blocks lots of premium holdings that your opponent could have, so just going to attack. Probably also combine that with the thought that Jesse's going to be one of those players who gets after it much more so than your common opponent. I mean, there's the potential overall for a lot of fireworks at this table. Lonis, Arieh, Foxen, 3 of the most aggressive PLO players to come into the studio.
Time extension.
Yeah, and Arieh here gets it done pre, which of course is part of the plan. Happy to take it down pre, happy to take a flop in position with a bit more to play for. Josh Arieh, one of the most experienced and successful Pot-Limit
God, I
Omaha
can't control
players.
my heartbeat. It's fucking crazy.
After all of these years, you still get nervous.
It's fun. It's not nerves. It's just adrenaline. I mean, I guess I don't know if it's nerves or not. I don't.
You know,
I don't feel like it's.
You remember all in you won at the 100K final table? You said it was one of the biggest sweats you had in years. Can't remember what it was.
10 seconds.
Josh
I don't know.
Arieh.
It's. I don't. It doesn't depend on my hand. It's just. It's like when you know that. I don't know. I don't know what it
it's
is.
a good feeling.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
it's amazing. It's
Yeah,
like
it's hard
what
to
we
get
play
it.
for. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I said it, but like we all want to feel
Pop
something.
140.
That's why I take my time so you can feel it for a little while.
I appreciate it. You're good looking out.
10 seconds.
140, right?
Yep.
Josh Arieh finishing 5th in the 100K Super High Rollerball PLO last October. That event ultimately won by Seth Davies for 1.5 million.
Seconds.
The majority of Arieh's most recent cashes have all been in Omaha events. I count 9 cashes since October from Arieh.
In my hand, I wanted you to have aces.
All
And I
Omaha.
wasn't sure if you had aces. If you don't have aces and you got the other part of it. mine's
By the way,
like
check out playpokergo.com to play free online poker right now. Available on web, iOS, and
That's why I
Android.
play 60%
Scan the
of the
QR
hands
code
dealt
on your
to me so
screen
that you
and
don't
get
know.
in the
Yeah, if you
mix.
had the ace, king, queen, jack, I'm in trouble.
Like Sean Winter just gets snapped there by your hand and gets to flip a coin.
Pause.
Me and you, Jose.
Which one? Scan your cards, please. Yeah, kind of seems like kind of spread on me.
This? That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Check.
King, king, 8, but no one's got a king. Lonus, best of it with those 9s in his hand. That's a brilliant shirt from Artem over there with the fish on it. Quite lovely.
Check.
Flop checked around. Maximov now going to bet 80,000 on the turn.
Fold.
Best hand got out of the way, so let's see if he can get value from Arieh. Nope.
Shout out to the chat. Beetlejuice, Charger T, JD's Sports Cards.
Goes to 100.
Got Nate Hill, Dak, JOV, Nancy Hall. Thank you all for hanging out. Appreciate you guys chiming in. Kevin Freehill, Derek, Ralph Seawald watching from Germany.
360 half.
And look at this. We got another 3-bet, this time with aces. Foxen raises with Queen, Jack, Jack 4 double suited. Maximov with the aces makes it 360 to go.
10 seconds.
Sorry.
Action back on over to Foxen.
You have 600 behind?
585.
Artem Maksimov, 1.7 million in career tournament earnings. So he'll take this thing down without seeing a flop. Maximov, second place finisher in that aforementioned 100K super high rollable PLO for 900,000. So He is also no stranger to success here at the studio. As we look at the PGT leaderboard, Sheena Ream's still on top. Dylan Smith just 2 points behind him. James Chen, Ben Tollery, and Christopher Costa rounding out the top 5. Many changes are yet to come for this leaderboard. Tollery under min cash added to his total last night, so they'll be continuing to battle and try and get this overall victory here.
So only Arieh can't take the top spot on the leaderboard. Everyone else has a pathway at this final table. I already mentioned Foxen. He can get it with 3rd or better. Rafael, 2nd or better. And then Lonus and Maximov both would need to win. And then, of course, depends how the other stuff shakes out.
10 seconds.
Nice one looking here for Lonus. Ace, King, Queen, Jack with the suit.
140 pot.
I had the Josh Arieh. The one I said I was worried about you having. Said if you have this, I'm in trouble. My,
Alright, lines up, guys.
Guys, that's 25.
how many I've ever folded?
Need you to flop 3 pair there.
Ace. Oh, Jack 10.
Ace 10. Tight fold.
Good fold, bro. Good fold. This isn't fucking Nolan. I told you that before.
Just deal and we'll wait for him. I'll stall.
Yeah, you can wait.
Quick bathroom break for Artem. But he's back.
Lonus, 2 cashes so far in this series, both in the progressive bounty. I'm not sure what that means, but he got a 3rd place and a 9th place
175 now. Right?
so far at this series.
75.
Last year in the prior PLO series, he finished 8th in the 25K and 9th in the, once again, progressive bounty. So Lonus perhaps got something to figure out about those bounty tournaments.
Yeah, gamble. Get the chips.
Every time we organize one of these, Lonus in the mix.
Lonus takes that one, and he's the new chip leader. So we're going to get the opposite today of what you got yesterday?
Oh,
What was it, an hour and 15 minutes or something? I don't even know.
hour 55 to wrap
Good
it
Lord.
up. That was crazy.
So today we'll be here for 6 hours, right? That's how this works.
Yeah, definitely. It's the pendulum swinging back the other way.
Feel bad for the crew. They're the ones that gotta change the whole studio over for the cash flow filming that
Yeah,
takes place.
That's right. That's right.
10 seconds.
Yeah, yesterday's final table, we didn't see a single double up. It was all bust outs, one after another. Stacks, of course, a bit deeper here at this final table, so we have some more room for play as Maximov limps in and Lonus comes with the check.
150. 150.
150.
10 seconds.
Levels in this 15K buy-in have also
Pretty bad.
increased from 30
these
minutes
cards
to
get
40 minutes.
Torn up quick.
Yeah, they're
So.
getting marked. You could see the marks on them pretty bad.
Yeah, it's all of them though, I think. 'Cause
So this is better. There are a lot of them. I hope they're gonna put that.
10 seconds.
little stretch action there for Foxen. I can't do that. I can't reach.
Pretty good stretch.
I can't
You know,
reach
he
the
used to
floor.
not be able to do that, I don't think. But I think it was last season or maybe the season before, he was doing stretching in the studio and he was pretty bad at it. But he was saying that he was making a conscious effort every single day to do more stretching so he would become more flexible.
I mean, Jesse Lonis, perhaps inspired by Foxen, doing some stretches of his own.
But the mystery bounty, you don't care to late rage as much, right? Because bounty don't kick in. Yeah.
We don't care if it's any bounty. PKO, I'm maxing it.
No, obviously, yeah, but still, I'm just trying to
No, I don't.
figure if it's like any.
Yeah, you probably want to get over there as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better hurry up. Make a move. Break a leg.
$175.
The mystery bounties for today's new event number 8, will come into play once we are 3 off the money, so there's no need to rush for the players.
Arieh defending here against Maximov. Ace Jack 10, couple of hearts. Both players flopping 2 pair. Arieh is behind.
Maximov's going to come with it here.
225.
225 is the bet. Tricky spot here for Arieh. Now, PLO, one of the few games where flopping well can still look bad. This might be one of those cases where Arieh can definitely come along, but doesn't have hearts, doesn't have any king-queen combo, so definitely ways in which he could be in trouble already. Caution is advised.
Yeah, I mean, even if Arieh were to have the best hand on this flop, should the money go in, you know, Maximum probably has plenty of equity, could even be the equity favorite in some spots, so no need for Arieh to go too crazy, but also too good of a hand that he's going to check call, but...
And look at this, Maximov moves all in for 595 into 875.
595.
Arieh with a real big decision here.
All in for 595.
And I know it's not fun laying down 2 pair, but I think Arieh should be folding here.
10 seconds. Time extension.
The question is, what combos is Maximov shoving here that Arieh feels comfortable against? You know, we're thinking like flush draws.
Yeah, I
Best
mean,
ca-
now
best-
with
best
one,
case scenario.
Yeah, now with one card to come, you probably want him to have ace with the flush draw, right? But even then, I mean, do you want to play this big of a pot, you know, against an opponent that probably has a fair amount of equity here? But I don't think Maximov is, of course, just going nuts.
585.
All the value hands you're behind, you know, you're behind king queen, you're behind queen 9, you're behind a better 2 pair, you're behind jacks, you're behind aces. I just think this is one of those spots where you're, excuse me, you're crushed, or if you are ahead, it's like slightly ahead, right?
I mean, it's hard to even be ahead in general.
I just really feel like you have 2 kings.
Now that's a different equation.
How many have I used?
Arieh thinking that Maximov might have kings. Now,
Yeah, and this could be as simple, you know, oftentimes when many of us get into poker, remember the saying, think long, think wrong. I mean, is Arieh just going to ultimately talk himself into the fact that Maximov has 2 kings, or like
Right.
2 kings with a flush draw?
I think if you
10 seconds.
fuck me. 450. Tell me when I have 2 left.
Time extension.
How many
Josh
more do I have?
Arieh deep in the tank.
I have
The chat says, fundamental fold, WTF, what does he beat? I see don't be a hero. I see don't be a fool with your life.
5 in the pot. I need that 225.
10 seconds.
The cost to find out whether you're right
Time extension.
is, in my opinion, just simply too high because you're going to be wrong too often.
Yeah.
Also, a
How
hero
much is
call.
right there. 425 plus 350 is 875.
I mean, even with that 8 coming in on the turn, you know, let's say the turn was a 4. Oh, he calls.
Wow, Arieh makes the call. He's drawing to 2 outs. 110, 1-6 has already been folded, so he's looking for a 10 of spades and a 6 of clubs. Artem Maksimov about to double up to 2 million chips and leaving Josh Arieh with just 550K. This is a massive swing in this tournament. Arieh was looking so comfortable on just 1.6 million just a few moments ago.
10 seconds.
He just went with his read, and while this has obviously worked for him in his career a lot, right now it backfires. Just has 2 outs. River card is the 7 of spades, and Maximov will receive a full double up to 2.1 million. Arieh now the short stack, just above 10 big blinds, 11 to be exact. Donnie, have you seen the latest ChatGPT thing of turning people into Muppets?
Muppets now.
This
Okay.
is my wife and I.
I can tell.
Yeah.
You look good.
I look better as a Muppet
Yeah.
than I do as a real person.
That's incredible.
10 seconds.
Doesn't it look amazing? I do love that she's holding 2 drinks and I'm holding none. I'm gonna do a ChatGPT right now of Josh Arieh.
10 seconds.
Ace, ace, 6 deuce here for Rafael. Just about the worst aces you can find in high only PLO.
Comes with the 3-bet here. Lonus getting after it on the button.
10 seconds. Time extension.
You have how much, Alex? You have how much right now?
All right, still 5-handed. Arya took a big hit. Little reminder here to check out octopypoker.ai, the ultimate poker lab for everyone. You can drill real spots from PGT final table, so go have a look right now. Octopypoker.ai, they have free and paid plans available. The best poker training software in the business. Go give them a look.
A bit less.
Yeah,
2.
I bless. Shy of 2, I think.
Everyone's got around 2.
10 seconds.
175.
Pot 175.
Seconds.
You started with how much, Artem?
2.06.
Okay.
We're all dead even.
Yeah, we're all even.
Well, you with that, it's even.
175 here from Maximov. Foxen, the one making the call on the big line with the kings. So it seems. Yeah, he does. Okay, he makes the call.
Heads up.
Out of position. Jack, deuce, deuce. Jack here for Maximov. Foxen with the overpair.
Also not hard. It's working for Maximov as he checks back. Ooh, high.
Boat here for Foxen, hitting the king.
Check.
$140.
And Foxen gets himself
That is
the customer he was hoping for as Maximov bets 140. Now, given the strength of Foxen's hand, are we okay with just check calling here most of the time?
Yeah, I think your hand is so strong that check calling can provide a very positive result. You know, your opponent can certainly back into flushes if he's checking back on a paired board. Maybe there's some times when your opponent has jacks fulls as well. I mean, if he has jacks full, of course, you're fine raising it.
Raise to 420.
Foxen going for the immediate check raise to 420. And Maximov with the disciplined fold.
Sorry.
Welcome again to everyone in the chat with us on PokerGO and on YouTube. I see Kevmo, Bad Beat Lust, and Arm Stern on PokerGO.com hanging out. If you're with us on YouTube, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's get this thing up to 500 likes. We'd really appreciate it. Spread the good word.
150.
10 seconds.
Calls 150. That's right.
King 6-6 here. Foxen just finds the king, excuse me. Nobody with a 6. On boards like this, I guess we can't value our king too much, but at the same time, we also can't really give our opponent credit for a 6 when we just see a paired flop.
Yeah, quick and easy there for Foxen. Just bet and takes it.
Once again, playpokergo.com is available to you right now. Go check it out, make your account, and start playing within seconds. Check it out on web, iOS, and Android. Some of the fastest software in the business. Play for free, have some fun while you watch the live stream with us. Donnie, I think we would have seen a whole lot more table talk if Josh Arieh had been right about that one.
Well, yeah.
Need to channel my inner Sean Winner. 4 big blind specialists.
10 seconds.
I think you got about.
Oh, I have twice as much as Sean ever has.
You gotta fold for a couple of
I'm
minutes.
preparing. I'm preparing for the 4 big blinds. Sean would order dinner right now with this stack, knowing he had plenty of time.
Sean would order dinner.
Meanwhile, I'm calling the fucking valet.
That's the difference.
Pull my car out.
80.
He's most locked in at 4 bigs.
Jack 6-4, Rainbow, Maximov and Lonus, head to head. Small pot so far.
Okay. 10 seconds.
Bet of 80K from Lonus, and Maximov makes the call.
Check, check.
These guys have 2 eerily similar hands.
Check. That's 150.
It would now really be a chop. But Maximov comes in with the bet. It's going to be really tough for Lonus to find a call here on this board. Lonus does let it go. Maximov prevents this hand from getting chopped.
Call 50.
Pots are staying small so far. As I mentioned, this will be a true battle, this final table.
Check.
Maximov here with the best equity on this flop, but with these pots staying small, there's incentive for these players to be a bit more passive.
200.
That is 200.
It's almost all of Arieh's chips.
Yeah, that's a good thing you point out there, Donnie.
Should get a customer here in Maximov. Open-ended flush draw.
10 seconds.
And look at this, Maximov applies pressure, puts Arieh to the test. Arieh is just going to make the call here with 9s and 4s. And Maximov, look at these outs. He's got 15 outs twice, 70-30 in Maximov's favor to send Arieh to the rail. Arieh tapping the table, looking for some run good. Let's see if it's time to order dinner or if it's time to get the car from valet. Who are we kidding? Arieh would, of course, jump straight into the next event, but he would much rather stick around here to battle for the top prize. Let's see the turn card. Is the king of spades. Maximov still with 15 outs. Arieh now basically flipping. 1 million in the middle. Can Arieh fade one of those 15 cards at the top of your screen? River card is the ace of spades, and somehow he fades
4
it.
1/4.
Somehow Arieh
Too many outs.
with
What do
the
you mean
double
somehow?
up.
Too many outs, baby.
An easy game.
It's a big hold. It's a tough one.
50-50, Jesse. 50-50.
I had to beat you. King 9.
Great fold. I'm running pure against the Jack 3-5-7 in this tournament. I think I've actually been all in against it like 3 times. Or one of us was all in.
How many chips you got now?
Mind your own business.
I gotta get a count.
No, I'm not counting.
8, 9. This is easy. Yours is easy too, beer. You got your big arms.
Your fucking hand.
7, 8, 9. Thank you.
175.
10 seconds.
175. Fuck, 175.
I don't even know who I want to win anymore. You know?
It's complicated.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know who.
Everybody wants me to stay in action. You got to keep the fish and chips and money and all that stuff.
Well, we are still 5-handed after that double up. Josh Arieh still battling. What he's also battling for throughout the year is a spot in the top 40 on the road to the championship. The PGT $1 million free roll will take place at the end of the current PGT season. Like I said, $1 million prize pool for the top 40 eligible players, but you at home can also get in the mix. Check out exclusive opportunities to win a dream seat over at pgt.com/dream-seat. And who knows, we might see you in December
Just wait.
battling it out against these players.
Way better than that. I got it in
you
with
actually
worse
did already.
before earlier. I mean, what are you talking
Okay,
about?
that's fair. That's fair.
But he had more before. He had 2 pairs.
Yeah, 2 pairs.
Well, actually, he had 2 pairs too.
2 pairs.
Give me 2 pair. I just fucking get it in. Any 2, boys.
It's hard to get away
Doesn't
from 2
matter.
pair.
2 pairs hard to make.
10 seconds.
Pause.
Gotta play this hand slow.
Thanks, Alex.
No problem.
Queen 7-9, 2 spades. Foxen flopping a pair similar or same as Lonus. He does have spades to go along with it.
Check around.
Spades come in on the turn. Interesting here. See if Foxen can win any money.
Check. Check. Check around.
Foxen bets 160 on the river. Hoping to extract even just a little bit. Queens and eights from Rafael, and he is going to get a hair of, excuse me, straight for Rafael. 10 high. He is going to get a little bit of value here. Probably the most he could have gotten.
Thanks, boys.
You got it.
10 seconds.
Let us know in the chat who you think is going to win today. I could really make the case for any one of these players. Once we get to four-handed, I'll put a poll in the YouTube chat. I know we can only put 4 options for the chat to choose from. $175 from Lonus, 2 callers, both Foxen and Maximov. 10-10-3, 2 diamonds, Foxen, ace-10. Quite a nice situation to be in. Actually gets checked around. 7 of hearts on the turn.
$345.
345 is the bet.
Foxen comes with 345. Takes it down. Once again, a reminder, check out playpokergo.com. Free online poker available to you wherever you are. Come after it. Come get it. I might hop on there right now. Scan the QR code on your screen and get in the mix.
Raise 125.
It's been the Alex Foxen show as of late, huh? Just winning every pot.
Ooh, break after this level?
That's what you're supposed to do as a chip leader.
Oh, we do. Yeah, I thought it was 2 levels in the break.
Foxen up nearly 1 million chips since play started.
Cool.
I mean, we can do 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, we'll just take 5 and then play.
I feel like I'd rather take more than less.
Okay, what?
More of a break?
More break in general, I just mean.
Oh, like,
Like I think it should be every 2 levels.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's less
Instead
time.
of, I'm saying yeah, instead of playing an hour and 40 minutes straight.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you.
We'll just take like a 5-minute break.
Yeah.
Or whatever you guys want. 10 minutes. Whenever you're back.
10 seconds.
Heads up.
Limping a check here in this blind battle between Jesse Lonis and Josh Arieh. Ace, King 10 with a couple of clubs.
Okay.
As always, don't forget to hit like on that YouTube video.
That is 50.
Please show us some love. As Arieh takes that one with a bet on the flop. I see Kevmo, Bad Beat Lust, RM Stern in the PokerGo chat. Shout out to all our PokerGo members. Appreciate you guys, of course. Bear Totem saying in the YouTube chat, I predict 5-card PLO is going to grow because you got to fold too many hands in 4-card. Interesting thought. Haven't really thought about that, but yeah. Keep throwing us a thumbs up on the YouTube video if you haven't already. We are up over 150 likes. Let's get that up over 200. Please, por favor. Ace is here for the aggressive Jesse Lonis, and he's on the button, so... Oh, wow, look at that. No action. Even as aggressive as Jesse is in late position, nobody finds anything.
Seconds.
Oh. Call.
You've won one.
Slightly less, 1.0.
All right, everyone getting involved in this one. Limit pot yet again. That seems to be the theme for now.
Check. Check. Check.
How much is it?
250.
Queen 4-6, 2 hearts. Nothing really defining yet between these players.
Check around.
9 of clubs on the turn. Still nothing exciting. Once again, much love to everyone in the chat. Since Sin City Envy says afternoon, everyone.
Okay.
He's rooting for Foxen. Kyle's rooting for Josh. Mike is also on Team Foxen. Donnie, Kristen Foxen doesn't play PLO, does she? I don't think I've seen her before in our PLO series.
I think she commented earlier in the season, maybe it was during last season, but how, you know, she might dabble here and there at some WSOP PLO events. Maybe she'll take a shot in some of the early stuff at the PGT PLO series, you know, the 5K stuff like that. But We haven't seen her much when it comes to PLO. But when you're as good as she is at No Limit Hold'em, I mean, why bother, right? Why ruin a good thing?
Call
10 seconds.
250.
Lonus folding out the most equity there.
10 seconds.
Yeah, that in turn makes the clubs more interesting. Both Rafael and Maximov drawing to clubs. Rafael drawing to the nut clubs. And here we go. All of a sudden, this is a real pot. Foxen betting pot, trying to just end it right here on the spot. But instead, what we get is a million in the middle and three-way action to the river. The river is the 10 of spades. The kings of Maximov are best here. I wonder if there's viable bluffs available here, or does Foxen have too much showdown value, I wonder?
Yeah, I think he, I mean, yeah, I think he would consider himself to have showdown value here. I mean, there, yeah, you have an 8 in your hand and 7/8's a possibility, but you're up against two opponents.
Check.
Action checked around to Maximov, so Foxen perhaps thinking that it's not a spot to bluff, or maybe his queen has a sliver of showdown value against missed flushes. And
All in.
Maximov here moves all in on the river. 2 snap folds. He gets it done.
This one was for you, Jesse.
Nice hand. Nice hand.
Thank you.
I think you win at showdown there too.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Then
I
lose
do.
to 9-10, then I'm fucking steamed.
Not very often. You just happen to do that time, I think.
Yeah, against two people, I don't know.
I have the advantage of knowing one of the person's hands.
You seen his hand?
No, the other person.
Oh, makes sense.
I know you like the showdown kings.
Might have called it if I had kings.
Chop hop.
Yeah, chop it up.
Yeah, chop it.
Call. Raise a little more. Call. Heads up.
Queen 4 deuce with a couple of hearts here. Maximov smashing this one. Top pair. Got the king jack of hearts in his hand as well.
That's 125.
Takes that one down. And I know Foxen has maintained his chip lead here after starting the day with it, but Artem Maksimov over there has had a great day in his own right. Started as a short stack, but is now firmly in second place and knocking at the door of passing 2 million in chips. Jesse Lonis third in chips, and then Arieh and Rafael are virtually tied as the shortest stack remaining. Arieh slightly behind, of course. Plenty of debate in the chat on what team people are on. Ace is here for Arieh. Under the gun makes it 150. Lonus comes along with queens in his hand.
Heads up.
8-7-5 with a couple of spades.
Check.
For as much as Arieh might have been concerned against an 8-7-5 flop against the big blind range, he does have nut spades in his hand. He also has a 6. So feeling really good about this one.
That's 200.
Short break here, but just a commercial for us, and then we'll be right back.
Want to play online poker for free? With Play Poker Go, you get the thrill of authentic poker anytime, anywhere. From quick casual games to action-packed tournaments, Play Poker Go lets you compete against real players around the globe, all for free. No bots, no gimmicks, just pure poker fun. Hone your skills and enjoy the poker experience you love. Explore Play Poker Go on web, iOS, and Android. Deal yourself in now. Want to play online?
And we're back. The event number 7 final table here at the PGT PLO Series. Here you see the current leaderboard. Alex Foxen still up on top. This leaderboard presented by Play Poker Go. Check it out. Free online poker at playpokergo.com. Sean Rafael is the current short stack on 19 big blinds, but he's not too far behind Josh Arieh. Looks like Alex Foxen got a snack there on that short break as we time warped into the future here. Power of the dynamic delay that we love so much. Still haven't passed 200 likes on the YouTube video, so I don't know what the heck you guys are doing out there, but
Pot.
for the love of all things PLO, please hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Rafael here, aces. Ace, ace, king, 6. Feels good to see aces off the short stack.
10 seconds.
No action there,
Thanks.
but he does move in front of Arieh once again. Snap up over 200 likes. Thank you guys. Don't make me beg too much. Ace, queen, jack, 7 for Foxen. Under the gun, the chip leader
10 seconds.
150.
certainly going to come in with a raise with this one. Rafael defends out of the big blind, 9-8, 6 deuce double suited. Heads up we go, 390 in the middle. Couple of cowboys, king, king, 3. Continuation for 80,000 gets it done. That pot pushes Foxen back up over 3 million. Foxen's looking to finish 3rd or better in this tournament, and then he will likely take the top spot on the series leaderboard. It's currently Chino Reem, who's up on top with 307 points here at the PGT PLO Series. Player to finish with the most points through all 11 events will be crowned the series champion and take home a $10,000 PGT Passport bonus prize. The only player that doesn't have a pathway to pass Chino Reem would be Josh Arieh. Arieh came into this event, hasn't really had that great of a series, just 12 points before this run here, but better late than never, of course. 252 points are up top to the winner in this one. Of course, that comes with that $315,000 first place prize.
10 seconds.
Ace Queen 8-7 for Lonis, 150 from him. Foxen defending, King Jack Jack 4.
What's in there?
390.
Foxen flopping a set of jacks here. Checks over to Lonis, who's got top pair. Lonis comes with 180K. There are a couple hearts out there. Foxen does have the nut heart blocker.
10 seconds.
$930.
930.
Check raise to 930,000 announced, and now Lonus is going to have to think about this one, but his hand just might not be good enough. Lonus does give it up, and Foxen takes that one up over 3.5 million now.
Pop.
210.
Lonus with a couple of kings makes it 210,000 as the short stack now. Just going to try and get his money in. See if he can score a double up. But no action for him.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
I've seen a few comments in the chat about how Alex Foxen is at every single final table. In terms of the PGT, this is his 64th PGT final table. He's going for his 8th win. But what I will also add is that it's been a while since we've seen Foxen in the PGT winner circle. You have to go all the way back to January 2023, event 6 of the PokerGO Cup. That's the last PGT victory for Alex Foxen. So he, of course, is one of the best players on the PokerGO Tour, one of the most elite tournament players in the world, but his PGT winning ways have been a bit dry as of late. Of course, he's got the chip lead here, 5-handed, so we'll see if he can find himself back in that winner's circle. Maximov 3-betting to 510,000 here after Foxen opened to 150K. Foxen makes the call. Foxen has position here. King, Queen, 8, Rainbow.
$325.
325,000 announced. And that's enough to get it done. More success for Maximov as he's now up over 2.4 million in chips. Closing that gap even more against Foxen. Maximov limping the button once again. We've seen this from him before. King 9-6-4. Lonus is going to call. Ace Queen 10-3. Arieh checking his option. King 7-5 with 2 diamonds. Decent flop here for Maximov as he's got top pair with straight draws. Lonus out of the way. Arieh is going to follow him into the muck, and more chips for Artem.
Sorry, Donnie, I was way too deep in my playpokergo.com 250K buy-in tournament.
All good, all good. Listen, as long as you're winning,
Not yet.
in the Play Poker Go streets, then you can do whatever you want.
We have some exciting news as well. Tomorrow, after the conclusion of the final table of this PLO event, we got a new cash game debuting live on YouTube and PokerGo. It's going to be Cash Flow. We've done a few already, Donnie and I, for PokerGo only. But this one will also be on YouTube. Got a lineup with some characters, to say the least, some of which you will know. Sam Salverol, Wolfgang Rampage, and Mariano will be in the mix. We're also going to have Bryce Hall and 2 influencers who go by the name of Banger Buddy and Jerry M joining us in this 25-50 cash game. So,
you know, I like how online poker went from people saying we should use real names in online poker, and like people started using real names. Like on GG Poker, if you make certain final tables, they publicize your real name, like all this sort of stuff. In live poker, we've gone the other way.
Right.
We've gone from using real names to Banger Buddy and Jerry M
Yep.
and West Texas Man and Rips and whatever the heck else is up, Rampage, whatever else is out there.
All right, back to the action here. Lonus with kings made it 210. Rafael comes over the top with kings, and we got a big all-in showdown here. Jesse Lonus at risk. He is covered by Rafael by just a few chips. Kings versus aces, classic confrontation. Not much of an escape for Rafael either. Does have clubs going for him, but his side cards not too exciting.
Arieh loves to see this. The 2 stacks right around him. No matter what happens, somebody's going to be very hurt.
Jack 5-6. Rafael looking for a king 5-3, or king of 5 or a 3. Excuse me. Would be sneaky if he escaped here with 2 pair. Turn card 4 of diamonds. Now Rafael with more outs. Jesse Lonus, tournament life on the line with pocket aces. Can he survive? River card is the ace of spades. And that is it. Jesse Lonus will double up.
I think it's close.
Yeah.
Rafael thinks he's out, but
A little bit.
he might have some chips left.
You have less than
I
a
think
million,
he
Sean?
covers you by a little bit.
Yeah, I think he does too.
1.06.
Yeah, I think he's got you by like 50K.
Oh, maybe it was you I covered that little.
1,040,000.
Yeah, I got one. I
Oh
covered.
yeah, he had the big blind hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Sean.
Oh, wow. He is eliminated. So we, after verification here, say goodbye to Sean
rooting for him or me?
Rafael, who busts out in
Me. I was rooting for
5th
me.
place.
So I didn't
Rafael,
Honestly, as you said before, I don't
runner-up
know
yesterday,
how many
takes home
anymore.
$78,000
I'm rooting for him
today
against
for
all
his
you guys
efforts.
today.
That one's pretty
Oh,
clear.
that's
Yeah, that
fucking
one's pretty
greedy.
clear.
That's just greed.
105
I was hoping he
guaranteed
beat all
for
you guys
the
today.
How sick is
remaining
that
players.
All 4 of us are in the same bet.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why. I'm
We should
sure
just
you guys
cancel
were rooting for him.
We should just cancel it.
Foxen's already out.
Yeah, we got out
He
early.
got out right
Yeah,
away. Poor guy got
Thanks for
fucking.
letting me out, guys.
Fucking food.
Look at the
guy got sick
updated
day one.
standings here.
Day
Arieh
two,
short
Honest,
with
you will
16
feel-
really
bigs.
nice of us
You will
to let
feel
him out.
guilty charging me because I was the only one who was letting you out for nothing.
It was really nice to let him. No, there was only one
Really?
person
You were letting
that
him out
said
for nothing?
Yeah,
charge
for no-
500 or something.
Yeah.
For no fee, for nothing, yeah.
There was only one person that said that.
Said to motivate him.
Yeah, remember that when you win, Alex.
I will. Maybe
Fox,
I'll
how
give you a
much you got?
$500 break.
You got like 3 mil?
I'll take it.
Yeah, just
Thank you.
10 seconds.
At the end of the day, 500 is 500.
How much you have, bro? About 3 mil.
Less.
Pretty good one.
2.65.
I got 2 million, obviously.
I have 2.65.
Thank you.
The poll is now live in the chat that we are down to 4-handed. Who do you like to see win? I am guessing Foxen is going to have
Pretty good
the
hold.
most fans.
You like the turn?
Felt like he was getting there, right?
Yeah.
Deuce we would have chopped, right?
No.
Yeah.
How come?
I had ace 3.
Yes, 3-5.
Yeah, both have a 5-edge straight.
Yeah, we both
He is a
had
straight
5.
to a 6.
He would have had 6 high straight.
Yeah. Deuce, you don't
There was
check.
a
Yeah, there's
6-5-4.
6 on the board.
Yeah.
there was a 6 on the board.
Oh, yeah,
wasn't there?
deuce, you're dead. Yeah, but whatever.
Put me in,
Swap
coach.
back, right?
I guess you guys working together.
4 cards, Donnie. Very difficult. Very difficult.
You legit had like 12 outs on the turn.
I didn't feel great about it, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was 5-3, deuce, 7 for a king.
Felt good once the river came. I'm ready for war. Is this good enough? I don't even got to
Yeah,
show
yeah,
the
you got
front.
me. You got him by a lot.
You want the 4th?
Yeah.
Too bad.
Oh my God.
The 4th was going low with the 8.
5 of spades would have been sexy.
No, it wasn't double, sadly.
Ace is here for Arieh with the suit.
We got to all team up on Fox. He's the only one that can lock it up right now, guys.
Pretty much.
Listen, let's play 12 cards versus 4. Start doing signals.
The problem is none of us have chips to bust him.
Well, we just got to squeeze him at every pot. We just keep him, you know.
Yes.
Can't give him the chance to take the aggression.
And again, we see aces versus kings.
You started with $1 million, Josh, right?
The question now, what is Maximov going to do with this one? Also has a suit.
Yeah, like 975.
Can basically guarantee that Arieh gets it all in here. And there comes the pot size re-raise from Maximov. This will get Arieh to shove, and there it is. And again,
Classic.
aces versus kings for the second time in quick succession. Got a big all-in showdown. This time it is
Let's
Arieh's
see, what did I just have?
tournament life on the line.
7-5-3.
Never a dull moment with Josh Arieh. His tournament life has been, or I mean, most of his tournament life was on the line. Then he was all in, and now he's all in again. So let's see if he can fade it again. He's the favorite.
I don't remember what I had.
Yeah. I barely remember mine.
10-6-4 something.
All right, here comes the flop. Ace
Pretty good
8-8, full house for
It
Arieh.
doesn't matter anymore. King, king.
He has locked
Sweat.
this up.
I want sweat.
Yeah, king, king.
You'll regret it if you want.
Find
to
it. Yeah, you're
The
right.
running
I want no
kings
sweat. I just
no
kidding.
longer available.
King, king.
Stop.
Hopefully I get my wish next time when I'm in the hand.
All right, Arieh back up to 2 million. Maximov now the quote-unquote short stack, but he's got plenty of room to play. Kizile in the chat says, I want Arieh to teach me his ways. Man, wouldn't we all like to know his
1.5
secrets?
1.55.
Thanks.
Donnie, if we sort of bring up poker players that are their lives are worthy of a book or a movie, I think Arieh is probably up there with all the stories that he has and all the ups and downs and his quote-unquote sort of big comeback, winning player of the year with that massive summer he had a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you know, I think in general, all poker players could write a book, you know, if they just, for lack of a better term, you know, opened up their lives and were transparent and willing to share. Because, I mean, these guys are gamblers, and who the heck knows what they got into or how they got into the game and the crazy stories that they've seen. Aces again here for Josh. Gets that 3-bet through.
That's good.
Plus with Arieh, you know, you got some of the
The
old school element to him, right? Like he came up with a lot of the old school guys. He's obviously really good friends with Daniel Negreanu. Loves to golf. I'm sure there's plenty of stories from the golf course.
Quick interruption here to let you know about PlayPokerGo.com, a fun and free online poker game. Deal yourself in right now over at PlayPokerGo.com, available on web, iOS, and Android. And yes, I am in the mix right now. I am currently playing in the 250K buy-in tournament.
If I said otherwise.
I got almost 100 bigs.
You better win.
I thought it was pretty fucking
That's the
easy.
goal.
You better win.
no,
You
usually-
better win.
Usually it's easier. You're the spot here, bro.
I've been the spot. I'm the spot on every table.
And then me.
I've been the spot for 30 years.
Literally.
Longer than you've been born.
Literally.
Getting way too much respect over here.
Yeah. Nah, Fox is pretty bad too, honestly.
That's more like it.
He just plays PLO like it's no limit. It works. I know. Sometimes. Yeah. Can't wait to get a set against him. How this fold.
Jack 10-6. 2 clubs here. Arya betting 100,000. Action on Foxen, who's got the wrap here. 81% equity. 6 of spades on the turn. Arieh now trips. Very unlikely stumble into trips, and he decides to check. Donnie's Arieh thinking that Foxen's likelihood of having straight draws is a bit limited by him holding the 9s himself?
Yeah, probably. You know, you do block those combinations, which is always good.
10 seconds.
Foxen is going to take the free card. 4 spades on the river. Arieh receives a check mark. Beautiful run out for Arieh's hands.
Yeah, I think he can confidently hunt for some value here.
350.
Goes for nearly pot, 350. Foxen is undecided for now. Perhaps thinking that his jack can be good here some of the time.
10 seconds.
And look at this. Josh Arieh gets value from his 6. Foxen calls it off.
Very well done.
Right?
And I believe that's the first time Foxen is not in the chip lead at this final table. Arieh, excuse me. We're at the Arieh. Arieh at the Arieh is the chip leader.
What a swing. I believe he was down to 500K at one point. Looking on over at the poll, 57% rooting for Foxen, 29% for Arieh, 8% Lonus, 6% Maximov. So the message is clear there. Foxen versus Arieh would be the preferred heads-up battle if it comes down to it.
Very lucky. able to defend my big blind once against you.
You got one over.
Huh?
You got one over. Yeah. It's like hold 'em. You got one over.
Yeah, 30%.
Seconds.
I don't even want to look at my hand. It's probably a really good one.
Probably.
I'm not gonna look. I don't know, I had chip in there.
Maximov on 23 bigs. Looks down at King Jack 9-5.
10 seconds.
Just gonna just limp in on the button.
Pot.
Lonus from the small. Ace King 4-3. Doesn't bother him. It's gonna make a pot size raise.
First do I look at ace king suited again.
Very good.
I had some dog shit too. So I had some real dog shit too.
Jacks for Lonus. Stack's extremely close now between the top three players.
Cool.
It's just gonna limp in.
Pot.
And now Arieh, ace queen 10 deuce double suited. He's gonna come over the top for pot from the button. Foxen, ace king 8-8 with a suit.
10 seconds.
Decides to let it go. More trouble than it's worth at this point, especially with Maximov, short as he is, in relation to the other three stacks. Once again, much love to everyone in the chat with us today. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the coverage. We got daily PLO final tables until Saturday night when the 25K concludes. And tomorrow we'll have some no-limit cash game action at night after the PLO final table finishes. It's going to be cash flow, 25-50 game from the studio. Rachel in the chat says, Josh is the best PLOer alive. Definitely way up there. Also understandable that Rachel is rooting for her husband. Shout out to Rachel. Thank you for tuning in. $210 here from Foxen as we're playing 30K, 60K. Quick look here at the PGT leaderboard. This is the overall standings. You can find the full list on pgt.com/leaderboard. The top 40 will qualify for the $1 Million free roll championship event at the end of the year. You can see Chino Reim slowly but surely making his way up the list. That Joey Wiseman, who dominated the PokerGO Cup, is still on top. Many points up for grabs with the US Poker Open starting next week. Back to the flop here. Limp pot between Arieh and Foxen. King, queen, 7, 2 clubs.
Jack.
almost feels they're waiting for the next big clash as Arieh slightly extends his lead here, 800,000 roughly over his nearest two competitors. He's up 1.6 million since the day started.
Thank you.
You've like 2.1, Jesse.
Yeah.
Players are very quiet, seemingly locked in. Of course, payouts are huge.
After
105.
Josh doubles me this hand, I'll have 4.3.
I was going to say 105 guaranteed for the final four, then
Trying to talk it
141,
into the air, you know.
204,
Speak it into
up
existence.
to
I believe
315.
you.
Damn it. All right, after Foxen doubles. All right, after Artem.
I cannot even double, so you don't count on me.
Oh, wow. Lonus joking about a double up, and then Maximov finds ace, queen, queen, 3 in the
Please
small
stack
blinds. He's just going to limp. Okay. I assumed he might have considered raising here. And Lonus can now just check and see the flop with ace, 8, 3, 3 with hearts. Oh, wow. Jack 3, deuce. Lonus flops a set.
How much in the middle?
240 in the middle. Maximov still with an overpair.
Yeah, Maximov kind of shorter here, of course. You know, his hand is disguised. Feels like a pretty dry board overall.
Yeah, Maximov
Indeed,
also
just
blocks.
check raise here, get the money in.
Yeah, he blocks a set of threes, which sadly for him is exactly what Lonus has.
What?
And he pots, check raises.
Yeah, he's just trying to get the money in here, of course, understandably so.
All in.
Lonus moves all in. Maximov with the call. He's going to see the bad news. Jesse Lonus flopped a set on him, and the queen of clubs has already been folded, so Maximov looking for the queen of hearts or running diamonds, running wheel cards. I'm trying to just sort of speculate, running Broadway. So there are quite a few interesting turn cards, but for now, things looking very bleak for Artem Maksimov. Turn card, 6 of diamonds. Okay. We do add some outs here. Maximov now with flush draw and that queen of hearts as an out. Now he still needs to find one. Only 22% equity to survive. Is Artem Maksimov going to be our 4th place finisher? River card is the jack of diamonds, and that is not a good diamond as Lonus makes a full house and Maximov is sent to the rail. He collects $105,000.
No diamond, no diamond. I seen the
All right,
diamond.
here's
Lonus
Josh's chance.
speculating on the
Battle
double
Royal,
up.
the 3 of us.
Fuck. Foxen, the one thing maybe easier in PLO against them may be that, you know.
The 3 big dogs battling it out at this final table. Jesse Lonus, 14 million in career earnings. Foxen, 44 million in career
pretty
earnings,
low.
and
That's
Arieh
pretty
also just shy
It was
of
pretty low when
14
I pulled
million.
into town.
No. I'm saying the wrestling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Like you
Earlier
have
today,
no
ahead of the
chance
final
if anyone
table,
My
Josh
wrestling
Arieh
is
posted on X that I'm going to give Alex Foxen the option of a cage match.
Wow.
If it gets down to us, F it. I'll give the gorilla, Jesse Lonus, the same option. Jesse Lonus responds with, King Kong, right? Of course. So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. 1, 2. About the same.
I think I have like 3.2.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, so Lonus, Arieh, Foxen, 3 staples of high-stakes tournament play. Going at it here for the title.
10 seconds.
5 deuce 6 2 hearts.
125.
This one running close because no one really with anything to go on.
I had too pretty of a hand. Pre-flop. Is this the deuce?
I had it. Yeah.
I could beat a deuce.
I had deuce and possible. Lots of possibles.
I had a 6. And some possibles too.
And you folded? That's top pair.
Yeah.
God.
Wait for a better spot.
You're protecting those chips, huh?
Yeah, I just got them.
That's what you do. I always pick on the guy after he wins a big pot because he's like, oh man, I don't want to fuck him off right now.
Of course.
10 seconds.
Cool.
Cool. 10 seconds. Cool.
Lonus limping the button. 3 jacks for Foxen. He'll be happy to see a free flop.
3
7 6 9. 2 hearts. Arieh pair and open ended. Gut shot here for Foxen. Nobody really overly aggressive here at this final table so far. Lonus is just going to take a stab here for 165. No one with hearts, so this could get through.
Close.
Mine was close too.
Mine was too.
You had me fucking drowned.
What was it? King 8.
2
At a
eights.
pair 8.
Quick look here at shop.pokergo.com. Go check it out. Official PokerGo
I'm
and
bluffing
PGT
that
merch.
one. What am I doing here?
Scan the QR code on your screen. Save 10% with discount PGT
I've been
10.
watching it all. I mean, a lot, and I don't.
Sean Rice in the chat. Thank you for the love. Says it's exciting to watch every day. He says his money is on Josh, PLO Wizard. Jack 5-4, all clubs. Arya made it 200 before to flop. Lonus made the call. Arya has the lone king of clubs. This flop not appealing to anyone, but aggression will likely take it here.
80.
And Arya goes really small, bets 80 into 520. And look at that. With the tiniest of bets of just one big
fucking
blind,
hand.
Oh,
Arya
my.
takes it down.
No club though.
Sometimes you just happen to have it. Sometimes you don't.
Call.
Here we go again. Three-way action. PLO can feel a bit mechanical when you're watching three top players trying to preserve their stack, get themselves into good spots. It almost takes a cooler when the level is high, like at this final table, to get these guys to stick their money in.
Cooler or a big bluff?
Yeah, Donnie, can we see a big bluff, please?
we haven't seen a big bluff, which is probably, given the fact that these players know everyone is highly capable. So
Right.
maybe they're just a little bit more like, listen, these are the types of players that kind of figure everything out. So maybe I won't go after it.
Well, the exciting news here, Donnie, is that I just made quads on playpokergo.com.
It's that easy, huh?
I'm 5th out of 17 in my little tournament. Now, Donnie, looking at sort of the mindsets of these three players, what do you think goes through their mind in this specific spot? Are they simply just trying to be patient, waiting for something to come their way? Do you think Arya, out of these three, might be the most combative in thinking he can, you know, outplay these guys? Like, it's such a interesting dynamic when you're playing against people that are basically your peers at this level.
Yeah, I mean, I think you want to just make the best decision you can at any given point in any specific hand. Sometimes that's going to be, it calls for a bluff. Sometimes that's going to mean it calls for, you know, playing something a little bit slower, trying to get value that way, or maybe it's driving the action, whatever it is. I think they're always going to try and make the best decision. You know, I think there's also the element, at least specifically as it pertains to Josh Arieh and Alex Foxen, where, listen, it's been a while since these guys have been in the winner's circle, I feel like. And Arieh, you know, he's had a couple big chip leads at these PLO final tables every time, and he, you know, it just doesn't work out for him. Not that he has a massive chip lead now. Yes, he has the chip lead, but still, you know, maybe there's that, okay, three-handed, like I'm right there. Foxen as well. Again, it's been since January 2023, back at the PokerGO Cup, during that season, that he won an event here at the studio. So, like, you know, yeah, Foxen is an incredibly good winning player. He just won that massive event at the WSOP Paradise, you know, down in Bahamas. But on the PGT specifically, it can kind of feel like, yo, what's it going to take to win one of these darn things?
Yeah, it ain't easy getting a W, that's for sure.
225.
225 here from Arya on the button. Ace of Hearts helping him a bit to keep the aggression on with such mediocre side cards. And Lonus double suited with the King, Queen, Jack 3 looking a bit better. He's going to make the call. Jack 9, 5. Lonus pairs his Jack, picks up a gut shot. Backdoor flush draw as well. Nothing much here for Arieh. He's going to check back. 6 of diamonds on the turn. Arieh now picking up a small flush draw of his own.
That's good.
340.
340.
10 seconds.
And Lonus is now going to lead on the turn for 340.
340.
Not really exciting for Arieh. He does have a 4 as well to the gut shot. 7 high flush, not something to happily draw towards.
Seconds.
1.1.
Here we go. That's the Josh Arieh we know and love.
Oh, 1.1. I think.
When no one else thinks of it, he's going to try and find the bluff here. Now, the question is, Donnie, what does this bluff look like in the eyes of Lonus when he decides to make this raise on the 6 of diamonds. Now, of course, the 2 7s in his hand lean him towards a 7-8 type combo and blocking that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you also block diamonds. Now, I know your diamonds are low, yes, but you block hands like, let's say, ace-7 of diamonds, ace-3 of diamonds, you know, stuff that he can continue with. You know, you're just trying to deny equity in a lot of spots. And there, you know, he got 61% equity there to fold, which is great.
Yeah, well done by Arieh. Extends his chip to the first player now, up over 4 million chips. Raise your blockers, kids. Gotta raise your blockers to make something happen in this game. The most recent outright win of Josh Arieh, July 2023, the 25K horse at the WSOP. That, of course, an iconic event. But that to say, it's been a while.
Cool.
10 seconds.
Nothing feels as good as taking one down. Lonus continues limping.
What's in there?
$240 in the middle. Lonus decides to check again. Six of clubs on the river. The Jack 10 of Arieh is good here.
Seven.
10.
10's good. You know, Josh Arieh's never won a tournament here inside the studio.
Oh, wow.
Second place in a 5K PLO Progressive Bounty in 2024. Second place at the PGT Mix Games not too long ago. Second place in another PGT PLO Series Bounty in 2024. So always runner-up.
Are you saying he's not a closer? Anyway, playpokergo.com. Go check it out right now. I am, you know, with one eye playing a little poker on the side right now as I'm talking to you guys. I am 5 of 12 in one of the playpokergo.com tournaments, and I must say, it feels so good to just be in action. You know?
How many players have you knocked out?
I think I've busted 3 players. I made quads, which is helpful. Ace 10 10 5 for Lonus.
175.
Just gonna make it 175.
10 seconds.
Raising hand here for Arieh. Ace Jack 9 6 with spades.
225.
225 action now on Lonus. 10s with the 4-3. Lonus by far the loosest player at this table. His VPIP is 58%, but even this, a little too wild for him. Nice one here for Fox and double suited queens. Foxen, meanwhile, has become the short stack after starting out as a chip leader. Just decides to limp, though. No aggression from him on the button just yet. Ace King 4. Nobody with an ace. This will surely not please Foxen. Foxen does get a chance here, and that's enough. $29 and 26 big blinds for Lonus and Foxen. Arieh on 53. Just tuning in, final 3 players are guaranteed 141,000. 204 for second and 315 for first. The buy-ins and prize pools continue to go up here at the PGT, as today we are hosting a $15,000 buy-in mystery bounty that is underway right now in the main room. Among those players so far, at the top of the counts, Gino Ream, Nacho Barbero, Nick Schulman, Daniel Negreanu in the top 10 for now. That tournament still registration open. They're up to 49 players so far. After that one, we have one more 15K and then the 25K championship event starting on April 4th. Arya raising it up. King, Jack, 10-7.
10 seconds.
Pop.
7-15.
And look at this. Lonus comes over the top with ace queen 6-3. Double suited. Good timing here for Lonus. But look at this. Arieh is going to defend his button. Arieh not afraid to play big pots. 1.5 million in the middle. Sort of surprised to see him calling here with the 3 hearts.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, when equities run as close as they do in Omaha, PLO, and Arieh is certainly very experienced in that matter. Like he knows that he can get in there. You know, even if it is a little bit of a bloated pot, he's probably not too far behind. And he gets, I mean, could he have asked for a better flop?
Yeah, monster flop for Arieh. Queen deuce 10, 2 hearts. Arieh with the wrap and the flush draw. Lonus is going to slow down here.
Pot.
And here comes Arieh with the pot-sized bet. Terrible news for Lonus. Top pair, top kicker, just not going to cut it here. Lonus with some tanking. Lonus probably just wallowing a little bit here. Doesn't want to let go, but also knows that continuing here is basically asking for trouble.
Yeah, and this is another one of those spots kind of similar to the one that Arieh was in much earlier against Artem Maksimov, where, yeah, could Lonus have the best hand right now in a vacuum? Yes, of course. You know, pair of queens, ace kicker, he's got the backdoor clubs. Okay, great. But what's your equity look like if you decide to get all your money in here? You're probably flipping, if not an equity dog, or you could just be crushed if Arieh's got, like, let's say 2 10s in his hand or something like that. So, and you can hear Lonus is thinking exactly that, saying, right now I'm ahead. If the hand were to end right now, I'm getting the pot. But how much equity do I ultimately have with 2 cards to come? And we can see he's a big dog equity-wise. Lonus says, no, thank you. And we are going to get one of those big chip leads for Josh Arieh. We've seen it before. We've seen it in PLO events, but will he hold on this time?
5 million versus 1.9 and 1.7. Arya definitely the favorite here, and I see the chat constantly using the words PLO Masterclass. Arya is so far showing that he definitely knows what's up. He's been the most creative, the most aggressive, and so far also the most successful here at this final table. Sean Rice predicting that Arieh will now start cranking up the aggression pre-flop, and I don't disagree. I think that Arieh definitely has that in his skill set, and it would certainly be favorable to him. Now,
10 seconds.
Lonus still sticky and also not afraid himself. So we're talking some selective aggression still. Can't just be raising any 4.
10 seconds.
320, 320.
Lonus limping in on the button. Arieh raising it up to 320 with King, Queen, Jack 9. Ace, Jack 9 on the flop. Again, favorable for Arieh. The Jacks and 9s. Arieh gets it done with a stab on the flop, and all these pots are starting to add up.
Too soon, Junior.
Oh, I put the wrong amount out there.
I wish we had Josh Arieh in the booth with us, analyzing his own play. That'd be quite a fun way to learn more about his thought process.
Have you ever heard some of his like conversations? Like, you know, sometimes he's talking out loud, or sometimes you'll hear him chatting with Daniel Negreanu or and whatever, and he'll just be like, "Man, that was so dumb. I'm such an idiot." He's just blunt to the point and brutally honest with himself.
Well, he is slowly grinding down the stacks of his opponents.
Like 1.6, Jesse?
Yeah.
Call.
Almost feels like Foxen has become a bit of a spectator here, as Lonus and Arieh are involved in most of the hands as of late.
10 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Jack 10-3, 2 hearts.
How much is it?
Lonus got the ace of hearts, got the jack going for him. And Lonus finally gets to take one down.
Pretty good flop.
Pretty good hand.
seconds.
Pressure from Arieh coming again. 240. And look at this. Aces for Foxen. Finally, something playable for him. He's been the quietest player as of late.
Pot.
720.
Here comes the pot size re-race.
Time extension. Ten seconds. Time extension.
Arieh saving some face by going for the slow fold, but ultimately that won't matter too much.
Less than this level.
How many hands? And then it's break.
Then it's a color.
Then break. Or we'll break.
Yeah.
At 10.
King 9, 7, 4 for Foxen in the small blind.
10 seconds.
Pot.
240.
And ace, king, queen, 5 for Lonus. He's going to raise it up, and that will take us
Start.
to the end of this
Bad
level.
finish.
We're coming back to 50K, 100K.
The other
Players
card
are
was ugly for the hand.
going on break. We are not.
That's it,
It'll be
Yeah. Red
a short 30-second interruption here. A little.
Want to play online poker for free? With Play Poker Go, you get the thrill of authentic poker anytime, anywhere. From quick casual games to action-packed tournaments, Play Poker Go lets you compete against real players around the globe, all for free. No bots, no gimmicks, just pure poker fun. Hone your skills and enjoy the poker experience you love. Explore Play Poker Go on web, iOS, and Android. Deal yourself in now.
All right, back in action. The blinds are up, 50K, 100K. We're watching Josh Arieh, Jesse Lonis, and Alex Foxen battle for the title in Event 7 of the PGT PLO Series. Once again, my name is Remko Rinkema. Donnie Peters in the booth with me. Happy to provide you this coverage from the PokerGO Studio in Las Vegas. Shout out to all of those in the chat. Please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. We have tons of poker action still coming for you in the coming days, weeks, and months. So you might as well just join us right now so we can keep you updated on whatever we have coming up. Tomorrow night, a special cash game called Cash Flow, happening live from the studio after the final table of the PLO event finishes. Ace, Queen, 9-9 for Foxen. He's going to raise it up
10
to
seconds.
350. Arieh with the double suited Jack 7, 7, 4 is going to make the call. So this is a big one here. 850 already in the middle.
That's it.
Jack 4, 3. Arieh flopping both top pair and a flush draw. Excuse me, top 2 pair even. Just staring at the Jack there for a second. So Jack's a force for Arieh. He's going to lead for 500,000. Awkward spot for Foxen, despite the fact that he doesn't have anything. Just being led into like this, especially playing short-handed, just makes you have to have a hand that you can continue with for stacks, given the stack depth. Double suited for Lonus. That's usually
10
enough
seconds.
Call.
to join the fun.
Call.
10 seconds.
Call. 10 seconds. And a check.
Three-way action to the flop here. Jack 3, 9, 2 diamonds. Foxen open-ended flush draw. Arieh, 9s and 3s.
Check. Check.
Action check the Lonus.
Check around.
Deuce of diamonds on the turn gives Foxen the flush.
Bet 225.
And instead, Arya is going to bet at this, having paired his 9, 3, and deuce. The size of Foxen's flush might lean him towards just wanting to call 2 streets, let someone bluff with worse, or not get trapped into
Calls.
raising himself out of the hand or even out of the tournament. And now Foxen's call gives Arieh a chance to hit a full house on the river. And instead it's the 8 of hearts, so checkmark goes to Foxen. Board does pair. I wonder if that's something that Arieh will consider using to his advantage, given the fact that he blocks all these pairs.
Check. Check.
9.
Arieh announces the 9.
Flush.
Foxen tables the flush, and he's going to take it down.
Seconds.
$300K from Arieh. Just going to continue to apply pressure.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Blinds are coming fast now. Players aware, of course, of the pressure of having to keep their stacks in check. So far, Arieh keeping his foot on the gas pedal, making it difficult for the other two to get any traction. Ace King with a pair of eights, and Lonus is going to raise pot from the button. I'm at the final table, Donnie, in case you're wondering.
I hope you win.
5 of 6.
Got some work to do.
Yeah, I just doubled someone up. You know, button jam with ace 7. Small blind finds ace 10, you know.
Boo.
It is what it is. If you're interested in the live reporting that we have of the other PGT events, check out pgt.com. Ongoing every single day. Chip counts, photos, and hand histories. The cards are starting to matter less and less for Arieh to get involved. Lonus, however, finds kings.
Pot.
And he's going to come over the top for pot. It's not what you want to hear when you hold the Jack 9 5-5, but this is exactly what we can expect to see from Arieh going forward. Lots of raising, just trying to keep the pressure on. Limped in for Lonus here. Arieh checks. Lonus now goes for 125 on the flop after getting a beauty here. Aces and threes with the flush draw. Sadly for him, no customer. Little look here at the PGT $1 Million Championship. You can enter for free. Try and win yourself a seat.
1675.
Thank you.
PGT.com/Gleam. So go check that out right now, and maybe we'll see you here at the PokerGO Studio at the end of this year.
Call.
Call. Call. Check.
Ace-2, 7-2 spades on the next hand. That goes three-way to the flop.
Check. Check.
400, right?
175. Raise to 250. Calls 250.
Arieh staying on the gas here. Of course, he has a hand this time worthy of it. Queen, queen, 9-9. Lonus is in there with 9-8, deuce, deuce, double suited. Lonus whiffs on the king 5-3 flop.
That's 250.
250K from Arieh.
Call. And check. 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 That is 125. $300. Cost 300.
Ace-8-4, Rainbow. Foxen and Arieh here. Josh comes with 175. He was the pre-flop raiser out of the small blind, putting pressure on Foxen in the big blind. Foxen has top and bottom pair. He's got a gutter.
So it'll be 13. You're all in. Where's all in?
Foxen raises to get his chips in. 1, 2, 2, 5. Can't imagine Arieh finds a call here, but
If anyone finds a call here, it's Josh Arieh.
well, that's probably true as well.
Well, his argument from last time doesn't hold up right now. If he suspects Foxen to have kings, it's still no good. I'm only slightly kidding, of course, but Foxen is going for it here.
You just have like the 6, 7, 8 here so often. 5, 6,
Oh.
7.
Here we go.
Well, he has 6, 7.
Yep.
Correct. He's got the ace 4 with it.
You re-raise me pre with all your good aces. With the ace 8. You probably just call. Might have ace 4.
Now he just
million
needs
more?
to put those thoughts together. The 7-6 with the
Yes.
ace 4, because that's what he has.
He definitely mentioned it right here.
Oh, he calls.
Wow, he makes the call.
Okay, just come a jack or a deuce.
Josh Arieh once again follows his gut. He is wrong again, but it will not be disastrous, but it would double up Alex Foxen. Ace 4-8. Foxen looking great with ace 4. Once again, Arieh risking a ton of chips. Turn card is the ace of diamonds, and
diamond
that'll
up
lock it up for Foxen. He makes a full house. And Josh Arieh, after having held a strong chip lead for a while there, back down to the realm of the mortals, as he now tied with Foxen and Lonus trailing. This is still anyone's game here in Event 7. Wow. All right, chat pros. Chime in, please. Please, let us know.
Eventually, I'll hit a 4-outer.
Arieh
keep
had the chips
trying.
to spare.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I know you can say, yeah,
Maybe
you know,
buy
I
your
have the
third
chips
bullet
to
in
spare.
this
I can kind of afford to take a hit like that. I mean, do you really want to give those chips to
Oh,
Alex Foxen?
For sure. No, you don't. You really don't.
Like, that's another spot where I just feel like you're crushed a lot, or your equity is just like 50%, and it's like, do you really just want to just gamble on 50% when you're in such control?
3.
Josh has been crushing for the last half hour, 45 minutes.
Yep.
Can really do no wrong, so like,
3.2.
why just leave it up to variance in a lot of ways? I mean, even if Foxen has some sort of those combos that he was talking about, the 8-7-6, whatever it is, you know, like, isn't that pretty close to 50-50? I mean, I'm not really sure. I'm just taking my jacks up against that hand that has straight draws with, you know, can hit any 2 pair as well, or trips.
All right, in a way, sort of back to square one for Arieh.
That's 125.
Jack 8-3, 2 diamonds. Lonus flopping flush. No, not a straight draw. Excuse me. 7-6-4 with 3-8 just looks like a straight draw.
300 it.
Yes. That is 125.
Wow, look at this beauty. King, king, queen, queen, double
Three
suited
total.
for Arieh.
You have slightly more.
Yeah.
10
3-2.
seconds.
300.
King 10, 6 deuce, double suited for Foxen, facing a raise.
Call. Heads up. Bet 250. Calls 250.
1.2 million in the middle as the board pairs here on the turn. 6-3 deuce with another 3.
Check.
Foxen probably feeling a bit less good of his 6s and deuces, of course. Arieh improves to the best hand here. Started with a great one, the king, king, queen, queen, double suited.
10 seconds.
Bet 3.
Time extension.
300K from Foxen.
Could Arya at all be confident here with, you know, the big pair? He is going to make the call. He, of course, does have spades, but still, is there confidence to be had on a board like this with a big pair?
I think you can remain cautiously optimistic with the board pairing there on the turn. You also have spades, which helps.
Check.
And then on the flip side, you know, if you're in Foxen's shoes, paired board, you have blockers to the full house here. You have all kinds of blockers to a full house. You got a 10, a 6, and a deuce. That said, yeah, he checks. The
Kings.
question is, do you want to bluff Josh Arieh, who is proven to be an extremely sticky player? He checks back. Arieh shows the kings
One hand? One hand, guys.
and takes it. Limped pot here, blind versus blind, Foxen versus Lonus, king, king, deuce, rainbow. Lonus flops 2 pair, kings and deuces, but Foxen's the favorite to win this one, given all the overs he has above the deuce.
That's 100.
Sorry.
Lonus just going to give it up right there. Not worth fighting for, he says. We move on.
125.
75, 125 announced as we take a quick peek inside the main room. See Sam Sobral at the bottom here. We got Jim Colopy. Who's that, Donnie?
Daniel Negreanu in the way top back. Looks like he's across from Sean Winter. You see John Reardon, Bryce Yockey, Sean Rafael, who was, of course, in the tournament today.
Schulman, Chino.
Alan Lee.
It's like one of those pictures where you have to name as many things as you can see. Where's Waldo with Daniel Negreanu? If you spotted him, top right corner. For some reason, that hat he wears with the red and white always makes me think of Pokemon. Ash Ketchum.
You know what it makes me think of?
No.
I have a very similar hat. I have an ultimate poker hat.
Oh wow.
We're just similar colors.
Look.
There you go. I see it.
Ash Ketchum from Pokemon has the same red and white hat. Anyway, we drift off course. Ace Queen Jack on board here. The 15K mystery bounty will air tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern.
John G with a good question. Do PLO tournaments ever end?
No.
No, the tournaments don't end, nor does the series, I guess, because we're just going forever. Yeah, that tournament is the first ever mystery bounty on the PokerGO Tour. Pretty awesome stuff. So, and it comes with a massive 15K buy-in, so there will be some big old bounties to be pulled in that one. Bounties will start when the field is 3 off the money, and then I'm sure there's going to be plenty to pull at tomorrow's final table, so tune in for that one.
7.
2.1 behind.
Thank you. 2.45.
Calls 125. Jesse.
The dealer quietly nudging Lonus to spread those cards one more time as Arieh races from the small blind, or did he call? He did race. Okay, Arieh made it 500K. Lonus now under a bit of pressure once it comes back to him, but instead we see Foxen finding kings.
Might just go with this one.
Feels like it. Pot king. And pot announced this is going to be a massive pot. Lonus is like, get me out of here, please. Back to Arya here, double suited with ace-jack 10-3. This could be enormous. I can totally see Arya pulling the trigger here.
Yeah, I mean, he might just come with call, right? I know Foxen doesn't have a ton behind. He's only got 600K behind, but, you know, oftentimes you do see these players just kind of come with call, make sure they don't entirely whiff a flop, and then go from there. But, you know, Arieh could certainly just put this in as well.
And he has 500 back, 600 back.
Look at this. Arieh makes the call. Not a move you see in No Limit Hold'em, Donnie. Then it would likely be a shove. In PLO, you're going to leave that money behind. Queen 9-4. Open-ended here for Arieh. And he's going to just put Foxen to the test. Foxen makes the call with kings.
Ace, king, or 8.
Josh Arieh again on the drawing side of things. You can see the king of spades, the king of spades, and the 8 of spades already folded by Lonis. Arieh with 7 outs twice.
4 outs than I usually have.
Does have backdoor clubs. Foxen with a chance to double up to 4.7 million. Here comes the turn. It's the queen of clubs. Arieh now adding a flush draw to his outs.
5 and 7.
Josh Arieh, 33% to bust Foxen. Foxen, 67% to take the chip lead. What's the river going to be? It's the 9 of spades. And Foxen holds up, and he is now our new chip leader. Back to where it started.
And I can't help but think back to that ambitious call that Josh Arieh made with the Jack, Deuce, Deuce. You know, Foxen was going to win that hand, right, if you folded, but you gave him a lot more chips. Gave him a bit more momentum, so. And now we see Foxen here. The big chip leader once again.
Wow, the Josh Arieh swings today are just unbelievable.
He was down to like 500 or 600K at one point. Remember when he called against Artem?
Yep.
When he was talked himself into him having 2 kings possibly.
Unbelievable.
I mean, he'll have the chip lead in like 10 hands. Once
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably still the favorite to win.
2.1. 2.07.
Foxen will not relinquish these chips lightly.
10 seconds.
Ace is now for Lonus.
Biggest hand all day.
Shows it.
Can't even get a pot out of you?
No, I mean, you got a big one.
He said, no. No.
That's not enough. Come on, man.
Kirk spells it out for us. He says, Josh is an action player. Yeah, there we go. That is, more truer words have not been spoken.
I mean, I kind of think if you want to be a successful PLO player, as Josh is,
Yep.
you got to be able to be an action player.
Right.
You know, you got to be willing to ride the waves of variance. And obviously, yeah, you're going to put yourself in good spots making good decisions, but there is still quite a bit of variance with how close everything runs equity-wise in this game. And you got to be willing to take the downs that come with the ups.
And also, we got to give lots of credit to Arieh for his creative style, which in various pots throughout the day have led to him winning hands that he otherwise would not have won.
No, for sure. For sure. I know Josh is somebody that Daniel Negreanu holds very closely, especially when it comes to helping Daniel with his PLO game. You know, Daniel says PLO is his jam, but he also says that he would not be anywhere near the PLO player he is today without having a friend like Josh Arieh that he's able to talk hands with, you know, run by decision, strategy, theory, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, about that, Fox. 3 ammo.
Double suited again for Lonus.
Call.
See if Arieh decides to pot this one with the ace, king, queen. He's got a suit as well.
10 seconds.
I mean,
400.
knowing what we know, that's what's going to happen, and he makes it 400,000. Double suited sort of semi-rundown here for Foxen. Perhaps a bit too disconnected here.
Isn't this called the wolf pack?
Is that the wolf pack? Yeah.
Like, yeah, the middle there.
The middle, yeah. Action back to Lonus, who is going to make the call. So Arya out of position here with less than a pot-sized bet left. Queen, Jack, 5.
Okay.
I mean, this is insane.
25.
Arieh all in. Lonus open-ended with the flush draw and the pair of tens. He's going to make the call, and Lonus now 59%. Equity favored here against ace-queen. 13 outs twice. Jesse Lonus looking to bust Josh Arieh. Otherwise, their stacks would basically flip-flop.
This could be disaster for Josh Arya. It was the chip leader not too long ago, and
Chip leader 3 hands ago.
yeah.
Incredible turn of events. Turn card is the 10 of spades.
It's a funny one.
Arieh makes Broadway.
What a card.
Lonus with 17 outs now.
What a card.
We're flipping a coin for the tournament life of Josh Arieh. Will he survive and battle on, or are we going to be down to heads-up play? River card is the 5 of diamonds. And Lonus makes a full house. Josh Arieh put on a show today. But he is our third place finisher, taking home $141,000. And his next win will have to wait a bit longer.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm saying you don't want to talk numbers, right?
Lonus
Okay, whatever you want.
and Foxen guaranteed 204.
Let's just play.
Just play.
315 guaranteed for the winner.
Was I was just big blind, yeah.
Casual $111,000 heads-up match here between Lonus and Foxen with almost dead even stacks. Foxen doubled through Arieh. Lonus sent him to the rail. And here we have it. A look at the chip counts. Wow. Foxen, Donnie, again in a heads-up play situation during this PGT PLO Series. What impact does this have on the standings in the race for the overall?
I believe he's going to move into first place no matter what happens here in this final match.
Oh, yeah, it's a dead button. I was like, wait.
And then if Foxen wins, let me do some quick math here. If Foxen does go on to win, he'll add 252 points to his total, and he'll go up to 449, which would be quite a healthy lead over Chino Reem and everyone else. Would have about a 150-point lead, well, slightly less than that, with a few events left to play. And I'm not sure if Foxen is in the 50K side bet that they have. I think there's 11 guys in the 50K side bet. I want to say both these guys might be in it. But that is a must win the leaderboard bet. And should Foxen win here, he's going to have a great spot for that.
Well, Foxen flops a set on the first hand of heads-up play.
$650.
That is 650.
Time extension.
Of course.
My big blind again? No.
No.
What's that?
Quick look at our upcoming events. We have a satellite for all of you in the chat, all the chat pros. $560 buy-in for a chance to play in event 1 of the US Poker Open, which kicks off on April 8th through the 17th. Lots of action from the studio. A lot of no limit coming at you before we dive into the Texas Poker Open from Champions Club in Houston. And then the World Series of Poker kicks off May 30th through July 16. 30 PGT events among those.
How many points did you have going into this
For
for the series?
129 or something.
Okay.
Seconds.
250.
Pot.
750. Pot to 750.
Raise and a re-raise here. Lonus makes the call.
10 seconds.
Pretty good spot for Foxen.
Make notes.
Time extension.
5, 9, 8, 2 spades.
Kind of action here. Open-ended straight draw. Flush draw for Lonus. Let the fun begin.
Yeah, Foxen even has more straight outs than the open-ender.
It's a super open-ender.
So yeah, if it's not a wrap, then what, an open-ender with additional outs?
Check, check.
I mean, Foxen now with the flush draw. Action check, check on the flop.
Seconds.
1.2.
1.2 is a bet.
Time extension.
$1.2 million from Foxen. And here comes Lonus making the call. This is an enormous pot, $4 million in the middle. Lonus, 60% equity here, which is unbelievable. River is the ace of clubs, and Foxen makes his flush on the river.
Would imagine he just fires here and probably asks for all of it, and then
10 seconds.
Lonus, I would guess, hits the muck. I mean, he's only got a pair of deuces at this point, but
Time extension.
if Foxen knew what Lonus had, he would check.
Seconds.
2.5 million.
And Foxen bets all but 100,000 of his chips, but that's enough to put Lonus all in. Lonus misses. Let's go. And Foxen's chip lead is more commanding than it's ever been. 10-3, all diamonds. Lonus has to be careful. Can't afford many missteps. This flop not really giving either player much confidence, and that's when aggression and the big chip lead will definitely work in someone's favor. Lonus flopping a 4 here and gets Foxen to bet into him. Did you say, Donnie, that Foxen's never won in the studio?
No, he has. But his last one was January 2023 at the PokerGO Cup.
Right. So it's been a while.
Arieh had never won in the studio,
it was Arieh.
and still has never won in the studio.
Yeah.
He has multiple second and third place finishes, does Josh Arieh, but has yet to grab a trophy.
Okay.
So for Foxen, this would also be quite a while coming.
625.
One of the most successful players in our studio. Back then, it was the PokerGO Cup.
Yeah, Foxen has made, this is his 64th final table.
That's absurd.
He's going for his 8th PGT title.
Lonus switches sides there with the 9 on the river. No longer needing that trips as he turned it into a full house. Quick reminder here, playpokergo.com is available to you right now wherever you are in the world. It is free to play, so go check it out if you have a chance. Available on web, iOS, and Android.
Pause. Check.
Limp pot here. 10 deuce 5, 2 diamonds. Top set for Lonus. Flush draw and open-ended for Foxen. Are we witnessing the next all-in in this event right here, right now?
Action for sure coming on this flop. I think Lonus is also, short enough that probably just going to try and pile the money in here. Don't give your opponent a chance to, hit any straight outs, any flush outs, stuff like that. You got top set here. Let's run it.
Yeah, Lonus also with the backdoor spades, which will help him even more.
525.
525 announced from Lonus, and that'll open the door for Foxen.
All in. Call.
Here we go. Foxen shoves, Lonus calls, and we've got an all-in showdown that could bring us back to even, or it could end the tournament right now.
all things considered, not the worst for Foxen. You know, he got snapped off there, and you kind of saw him make a face. At least he's not up against, you know, nut diamonds or something like that. You know, he's got 40% equity here against the top set, so plenty live.
Alex Foxen in search of one of those 14 cards you see at the top of your screen. Can he find one to close it out? Lonus has some kill outs, as they say in PLO, with his set of 10s. And we see the ace of diamonds on the turn. Lonus now needs an ace, deuce, 10, or 5 to survive in this event and continue battling for the title. Alex Foxen, one card away from winning this thing. And the river is the 9 of diamonds, and that'll do it. Alex Foxen wins his first event in the PokerGO Studio since January of 2023. It's been a long time coming for him to get back in the winner's circle here in Las Vegas, and he did it in epic fashion. Jesse Lonis will take home $204,000. Foxen will claim the top prize of $315,000. A very nice win for him, and also a lot of points added in the race for the PGT PLO Series, and of course, more importantly, the PGT season-long leaderboard, of which you can find the standings on pgt.com/leaderboard. Thank you all so much for watching as we glance into the room one more time. The final table of event number 8, the 15K PLO Mystery Bounty, will air tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 p.m. Eastern, so please don't miss that. Daniel Negreanu and Nick Schulman still in the hunt, so that could be an epic one as well. We'll be back tomorrow with more PLO coverage. For now, I want to wish you all a good night. My name is Remko, Rinkema, Donnie Peters alongside me in the booth. Please don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. For now, once again, have a good night, good luck at the tables, and we'll catch you tomorrow.